Hello, I'm Patrick Flanagan.
And I'm Daryl Lord.
The case that we have chosen to present is Meyer versus Nebraska.
So Robert Meyer was a teacher at Zion Parochial School in Hamilton County, Nebraska. At the time of his infraction, the United States was just coming out of World War I, which ended on November 11, 1918. It is hard to accurately describe the feeling of the nation after the war.
But it can be assumed that many were fearful of outsiders, especially German immigrants in our country. They were concerned about German Catholics and felt that these immigrants wouldn't grow up to be good Americans, and that they would have an allegiance towards Germany.
Following the war, Nebraska passed a law prohibiting anyone in school from teaching subjects in any language except English. In addition, foreign languages could only be taught after the child had passed the 8th grade.
Mr. Meyer, during recess, mind you, was witnessed by the county attorney providing religious instruction in German. Remarkably, Meyer knew he had broken the law and also knew that if he started telling the tale in English, he would have been fined.
He is quoted as saying, "I had my choice. I knew that if I changed into the English language, he would have said nothing. I went on in German. If I went on in German, he would arrest me. I went on in German."
When asked why, he stated it was his duty as an educator, and as such he had the same duty as a pastor to uphold his religion. Meyer was arrested, tried, and convicted, and fined $25, the minimum fine for such an offense.
Many people, including his pastor and congregation, offered to pay the fine, but Meyer refused. He appealed to the Nebraska Supreme Court, but again lost.
Meyer appealed to the Supreme Court of the United States. His lead attorney was Arthur Mullen, who had earlier failed in his attempt to obtain an injunction against the Simmons Act from the Nebraska Supreme Court.
Oral arguments expressed conflicting interpretations of the World War I experience. Mullen attributed to the law to hatred, national bigotry, and racial prejudice caused by the World War. Opposing counsel countered that it is the ambition of the state to have its entire population 100% American. The court reversed the state Supreme Court's judgment, holding that the Nebraska statute was arbitrary and infringed on the liberty guaranteed under the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. By overturning the decision of the Nebraska Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court helped change the view towards non-English speaking students in the schools.
The Meyer case is often cited as one of the first instances in which the U.S. Supreme Court asserted the doctrine of substantive due process in the area of civil liberties. Meyer has received notoriety far beyond the limited holding, and this case is often cited in matters involving the movement for bilingualism in the schools and courts, given the vast numbers of Spanish-speaking immigrants now living in the United States.